What's up, guys? It's Andrew, and I'm here to talk about training in reality, giving the dog the best advantage, being technically effective and efficient, training to a standard to ensure survival. This, as you've seen, is a company, you saw the name, that's big into training law enforcement canines, supposedly. But I wonder what this guy's background is as far as law enforcement goes. Anybody can train a canine, train it to a standard, especially one that's supposed to be out on the streets doing police work, is a different thing. So let's jump into this. First clip right here. This guy is wrapping the dog, and this is supposed to be adding pressure. No, what this is doing is teaching the dog not to recognize the threats. What if those would have been spiked shoes, clips, soccer shoes, whatever that this guy had on? What if he would have been able to hit the dog just right in the neck and cause issues to the dog's spine? I mean, a lot. It doesn't take much pressure with a good downward drop of that heel to injure that dog's neck. So what that dog should do in a situation like this is bite the crotch and then transfer bite to go after the weapon, because that's what the dog is supposedly trying to go for, is the arm, an arm or something. So why not bite the crotch, get out of the hold, and go for the arm just like that? So I'm surprised that the dog actually went for the strong side, the weapon side, the dominant side of the guy. And this, I think they just do it nowadays because they hear me and a couple other guys that follow me talk about it so much that they're like, hey, we need to jump on board of this or we're going to get left behind in the industry. But they still mess up. Notice how he grabs the collar. No one should touch the dog when the dog is engaged. That dog should recognize that touch on that collar as a threat. Because what if that guy just tricks that dog out? What if that dog and that guy is isolated on that bus because he's got a hostage and no one can get onto that bus and he chokes that dog out? What's the point of sending the dog just to get choked out, right? So that right there, the dog needs to pull more. See right there. That's why I said that I think going for the strong arm, going for the dominant arm, the dominant side, the weapon side, is a show. Because if it's something that's regular, something that's standard, then why did he just do that? Why isn't it something that's done all the time? Why did he just give the weak side, offer the weak side? And also, why are they offering the bites? Why not let the dog bite naturally? Right. This right here, vehicle apprehension. That dog should not be deployed on the driver's side, especially with the handler or the officer that far away, because watch what happens. He comes around, see how he swung? What if he would have had a machete, an axe, a knife, even a gun, anything in the arm that could be a threat to that dog and that handler? Train for reality. Train it with the concept that, hey, this has to save my life. This has to work. And none of this is working. I mean, they get in the mind frame of sending the dog and letting the dog do whatever, and you just casually walk up. This right here, I can't really tell what's going on. You can't really see it, but it looks like the dog goes low. If not, goes if not going low, then it looks like it's doing the left side, the left arm. Right here, the dog comes through. I'm surprised, very surprised, they don't have the leash on the dog. Usually they have the leash on the dog. This right here, why? Why is he going for that left side, that weak side, that bicep? Why isn't he going for the object that is literally hitting him? Replace that jug with a brick, with an axe, with a machete, with a knife, and see what happens. Again, the dog's fighting. See how the hands are close together? What if those hands, those arms, were reaching for something? Bite that crotch, get out of that grip, and do that. But the only reason the dog got into that position is because he let up off the legs and let the dog come. The dog didn't fight his way into that position. That's where I'm talking about training in reality. If you're going to fight the dog, if you're going to quote unquote add pressure to the dog, fight the dog. Don't give it the bite just to give it the bite. Let it earn that bite. Teach it the right way. And in that case, in that scenario, if you wrap your legs around the dog and it can't bite anywhere on the leg to get loose because you have it so tight pulled in, its head is automatically at your crotch. Why not have it bite the crotch? Again, right there, no one touches the dog. That right there should not be happening in the collar. And like I said, people talk about how it's supposed to get the dog to bite and hold. Yeah, that's all it does, is getting the dog to bite and hold. It doesn't get the dog to fight. The reason that the dog is shaking and moving around and wanting to fight is because it naturally understands that it's being grabbed, that it's being threatened. That's a natural instinct. That's why when you see them get petted on the head, and as soon as they get out of that calm state of being petted, they go back into a fight and frenzy of wanting to shake and bite and grab. It's a natural thing, and people are training that out of the dog. The dog has a natural instinct to want to do that right there, to bite, grab, and pull. Again, why? And that's, see how he's trying to get the dog off? Grabbing that collar leads to the issue right there. Again, no reason that dog should be coming through that driver's side like that. Because if this was a door and he had to come through the window and that car was not fully stopped, he could drive off and have that dog just dragging. And if that doesn't happen, then that right there could happen. He swings around with a knife. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Drop them in the comments.